this island. Okay, so it turns out it does look like it's definitely the island that I was looking for. That's just around the front, because I fished here that time because it was really big waves and it was a secluded spot. So so I'm pleased, because I think fish will circle it. I don't think this island gets a lot of pressure, so it's probably not thought of as one of the top islands to fish from, but it doesn't get so much pressure because it's a bit out of the way. So anyway, I'm all set, ready to go. I set up on the boat, the rod. So first cast of the morning. I'll go around to the front in a minute. Just going to fish along here. Just going to fish my way around. So I'm starting off with enticer minnow. A little bit top water. What the heck? Oh no, huge pufferfish. Oh my god, I'm gonna lift it out. It's a huge one. Big pufferfish there. Blimey, I didn't expect that. I didn't want that. I'm not gonna touch it. I don't know, it's got a lot of spines on it. Could be dangerous. I've no idea actually. It looks like really spiny as hell. I'm going to get the toy pliers on that. I just slowed the lure right down in close, just doing something, and then this just hit it. Okay, I'm going to get it back in. Okay, he's alright. It makes a really good splash, this enticer minnow. It definitely draws attention to it. It's nice casting with that wind actually. Okay, so needlefish. So I've hit the water, I just started to retrieve, and the needlefish hit it and jumping out. So it's not really what I'm after, but I don't mind if I catch what I'm after as well. The worst thing about them is that they can break your line. And it can lose you a lot of time resetting up, so I have to check the line after. They've got razor sharp teeth. A bit closer. Well, he's fighting now, he doesn't want to come in. That's only a little one. Okay, that's just a small needlefish. Yeah, they can get your leader, so I was lucky this one doesn't seem to have. I'll get him back in quick. There seems to be a lot of these about. I'm going to need the pliers on that, unfortunately, so I'll just stick him somewhere safe there in the water. Okay, definitely glad I got pliers to unhook this one. Flipping out. Well, it's not easy. He's really got it well and truly. Oh, he's trying to bite those pliers. Sorry mate, I want to get this out quick. Okay, got it. Okay, hopefully he's alright. I hope so. It's hard to get that one off. Yep. That's really smooth here. Protected by... really smooth there, protected from the wind. I can make a really nice run with the top water over that. Water looks pretty deep down there. I think as the tide's moving up between 8 and 10, the kind of time it's going to be really... Oh, something was following it. What's that? Let's have a look. Snapper. It's a snapper down there. Yeah, flipping that. It's a big snapper. Big snapper down there, shit. Really big one. He was following it, but I had to take the lure out before. And for that snapper, I don't know whether to just stick on a tweak bait or just stay with this popper. But the smallest lure I got is this 7cm little tweak bait, fast sink, so I'm just going to put that through, just to see if that gets any attention more. So I've been fishing about, I guess, an hour. If that sums up, and although I haven't hooked anything good, I mean I've had a needle fish and a puffer fish, but I've still got a good feeling about today. You know, it just feels good. I'm just going to keep that lure in the water as much as I can, and I think I'll get my chances. Oh, nothing. It's just really totally switched on to. I don't see them even smashing or anything. They're just sort of swimming down there. There's little bait fish down there. Don't want to let it sink too deep and lose it, because that would just waste so much time. I think as the tide comes up, I think they might just start to switch on. Nice one. Whipping heck. Switched on then, alright. I hope it's the bluefin. There was Jack Crevalle down there as well. That looks like, what is it? Oh, it's a big snapper. It's only lightly hooked. Big snapper, flipping that. That's even better, it's even higher on the list. Lovely snapper there. I just switched over from the top water. I saw some fish down in close hitting the little bait fish. I think they were in for. They didn't seem switched on, so I put on the smallest lure I got, which is this little fasting tweet bait, and hit this lovely snapper. I think it's a barred snapper, they call it, or rock snapper. It's got a few names. So anyway, I was really pleased to hook that one. So it's a lovely fight it put up. Yeah, that's going to get back out there now. So I finally seen a follow from a rooster. He didn't break the surface, he saw him behind. I was trying to see what it was, and so once I realised it was a rooster, I sped up, but it was too late. Alright, drive you crazy, this fish. Okay, got a needle fish. Jumping out there, flipping that. Quite good fun on a lighter tackle. Nice needle fish on the tweak bait. It says Dorada slow sink. So yeah, just some acrobatics. Pretty good on the light tackle, this one. So it's a really nice view from here. I've just got back about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it was a really fun day out today. I went out early. In fact, the guy actually came early, so I couldn't believe that. I've never had anyone come early out here in the boat. So we got out there. It was a good start. It was actually quiet to start with, and as the tide started to push up, I started to get a bit more action. Generally, I find the mornings and evenings are always the best for me here. Last week with the snook, it came in the middle of the day, so you just never know, but this is a different place. So the morning fishing, I want to be there in the morning and the end of the day, so I'm going to go up again at the end of the day just for an hour or two. I realised this morning that it's definitely the island I was looking for, one I'd fished I think 4 years ago, where I'd caught some roosters there and some other good fish. So I'm really pleased that I found it, and about midway through the morning I had 3 roosters chasing the lure. Problem was a little bit earlier I'd had a snapper chasing it, and I'd run out of water, and I realised I should have slowed down. I should have just slowed down even more. So when I saw some fish chasing, I started to slow down, and then by the time I realised there were rooster fish, I was speeding up, but it was already too late. They just turned away. But on the other hand, at least I know they are around. It's possible, which it's not always easy to get a rooster to take the lure, but I've got the right technique, some fast top water, and I've just been mixing that up a few times. I mixed it up today, and when I saw some fish around, and put on a little tweak bait and got a nice snapper, put on the slow sink tweak bait Dorada, and I've got a needlefish, and hooked a few other fish. So it was a good fun morning really, and I'm tired but not too bad. I'm gonna freshen up, get something to eat, and look forward to getting out there again later. Some monkeys up there somewhere. There's one. So I used a variety of the Samson Lures. I was really happy to be trying these slow sink ones because I haven't had a good opportunity to use them. And basically I had good conditions for it, not big swells, not big wind, and so really good action on those. This is a new one. This is a one that I used for the 2 weeks here. Got a bit smashed up a little bit, but it's not too bad. I put a single on the back because I just thought might be good for the roosters, and also once you hooked a fish it did stay on well. I was just sort of experimenting a little bit, but I must say I did seem to miss a lot of hookups. I definitely did miss a lot of hookups. I don't know if it's because of the single or not, because I've generally used trebles, so it's really hard to say, but that was a bit frustrating at times. But the ones that did hook up on the single, that went well. The snook, these are all most of the fish on the slow sink, and this medium sink one I got the snook on. I had some fish on the fast sink. So basically the tweaks were the lure of the trip for me. Although I did get the chases from the rooster on the enticer minnow. So good to have a variety of lures to test out. So the top waters are also really effective out here with the jacks. I had some jacks on them, and they've been really good in the past for the rooster fish. So looking forward to getting back out to test them more next time. Gracias. Okay, about 6:30, mais ou menos. It's lovely, some shade as well. This is a really good spot. So I've got this Dorada slow sink tweak because it's got such a nice action, and with the wind I can get out a long way for the you know, for the roosters. So I'm sort of working it pretty fast along between the surface and just below. So when it goes below, it's swimming really erratic, and then it's splashing to attract them. And then when I get in closer, I can just sort of slow it down a little bit if I want, and just tap it through around the rocks, around the backwash, for any other fish, snapper or jacks could be around. But right at the end of this point here, so it's a good spot where roosters could definitely be passing by, but you know, obviously I've got to be passing by. Onto a fish, nice one, I think, not bad. Got tweak bait on this Dorada tweak bait, looking really good. I think it looks like a jack. Yeah, not a really big one, but he's fighting hard. This jack put up a good fight for a little fish, so he took this tweak bait there, the slow sink Dorada. I'm just working it pretty fast, just below the surface and splashing, so if there are rooster around, then I'll get a hit from those as well. But I'm going to get this one back pretty quick and see if there's any more about. Comes out really easy. Getting a lot of reaction from this tweak bait. I just had 2 fish on that came off. I've only got 1 battery with me, so can't keep it on. I forgot the other ones by accident. So I've just sort of been working it for the roosters. I was with top water. I had a jack, and now I'm sort of working it on the inside with fast and then little pauses, and I guess it's jacks coming up and whacking it but missing the hook. I haven't got a treble on the back, unfortunately. I've put a single on the back for the roosters, and they're just missing, unfortunately. Something really fast there, and just took it as I was about to take it out. Flipping heck. I want to see this. Taking out some line. Blimey. Feels like it's banging its head like either a snapper or a jack. Yeah, it's got to be a jack. Flipping that. Not ready to come in yet. It's a jack, yeah, it's a jack, bigger than the last one. Not big, I'd say. Yes, good jack. Okay, so that's a much better sized jack there. I've been working in it at a distance, this tweak bait, bringing it in fast and then like sort of tweaking it around the edges. And I was literally just about to bring the lure out, and I even looked away and I just saw a flash of a fish hit it. So yeah, it was a really nice take there, and he put up a really good fight, zipping out some line. So I'm going to get him back. Yeah, basically split the trip into 2 parts this time. First part, destination, I was targeting really big snook. And the second part, because of all the travelling, I only had 4 days, and I was specifically targeting rooster fish, and secondly jacks and snapper, but you know, really going after the idea of getting a real personal best rooster really. So first week turned out really good. I managed to get my snook, There wasn't as many snook as previous times I'd gone. I got some really big ones before, but the good thing was I did manage to get my personal best, a real cracker of snook. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. Yeah, unfortunately with the rooster fish, I only managed to get a few chases, which kept me going really, or made me realise how close I was. But yeah, I mean, definitely I'll be back, and they can be very frustrating at times, you know, I must admit, but I actually enjoyed every minute of it. It was a really fun trip. I think the second part I enjoyed every bit as much as the first part, because I was out on the rocks, really in my element, you know, fishing on my own, getting dropped off by a captain I met out here, and he just normally does fishing in his spare time, and he just agreed to drop me on some rocks each day for a price, and sometimes he'd come and collect me, sometimes he'd stay and fish. But yeah, he actually did fair bit of trolling. They like to do a bit of trolling and fishing, and he wasn't lucky enough to get anything, so it really wasn't easy out here. I think he was fishing with kind of subsurface lures, so yeah, and you're just fishing totally alone, which is really something I really love about fishing, where you can just kind of totally relax and get away from it all. At the end of the trip, I feel like I'd really like to come back specifically to where I was here and chase after those roosters again. Yeah, situation in the world permitting, because at the moment everything's just very uncertain with the pandemic and all the other stuff going on. So yes, I do hope to get back either later in the year or next year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure, and yeah, if you've got any comments or questions, just leave them below. Yeah, I better be off now to get packed. I've got a lot to do and a long trip back. So yeah, thanks for watching.